welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my personal goals for 2022. So I've identified 10 kind of goals I have. None of these are going to be financially related. I'm actually going to do a separate video for my finance goals. So stay tuned for that in a couple days. And once that is posted, I'll come back and link it here for you to check out and easily find. But yeah, this is going to be kind of all other aspects of my life other than financial. So I don't really have a particular order. I have them all written down in my planner here, so that's what I'm going to be referencing for notes. Let's go ahead and begin. So the first goal I have is actually a duplicate of a goal that I've been doing this year. So at the beginning of 2021, I told myself I was going to have a 3-day weekend every single month. So some months there are holidays that fall on like a Monday or Friday, and it works out that way. So I don't have to take like my own vacation time or anything like that. But it has been really nice for me to always have a long weekend to look forward to. So that is one that in order to do that, I'm going to figure out when all of my company holidays are, so I know which months I need to plan something extra. Like I believe March, I don't have anything holiday-wise, so I need to make sure I pick a day in there and take the time off. So that is going to be the first one. This helps me, again, have something to look forward to. It helps me with burnout at work, and it's been working really well for me this year, so I want to continue doing it next year. My second goal for 2022 is to post 2 videos a week to my YouTube channel. I feel like I've been pretty close to averaging that this year. I have a few different series that I do kind of regularly on my channel. So one of the things that I'm going to do is map out my calendar. I had a YouTube calendar for this year, and it definitely helped me stay on track and make sure I knew what I needed to film every week and what needed to be uploaded. So I definitely want to do that again in a spreadsheet format, just because it's easy for me to move things around if I change my mind or have conflicts come up. Goal number 3 is to complete 150 workouts next year. So I'm still kind of figuring out which type of workouts I enjoy. I live in northern Minnesota, so right now it is winter. I really love walking outside in the spring, fall, and summer. But in the winter, it's not always safe for me to walk outside. It's very icy. You can get hurt very quickly. So I need to find kind of other alternatives that I can do that isn't just walking. I also enjoy MK Fit's channel here on YouTube, her different dance workouts and the HIIT workout she does. I have an app on my phone that I really enjoy. I think that 3 a week is pretty doable. It's not like I'm saying I'm gonna work out every single day or something like that. So that's going to be the goal, is 150. And I know that some times of the year I probably will be more active than others. And so that's why I'm going to do a total kind of goal of that 150 instead of saying every week I'll do 3 a week, because I know some weeks that's just not going to happen. My 4th goal for 2022 is to work on a habit that I have that I think I can improve, which is my reactiveness. So I see this come out sometimes in work, sometimes in my personal relationships. I can be very quick to have a reaction in a certain circumstance. And I want to work on it, not because I think it's a bad thing, but I just want to work on my ability to actually process all of the different things before I make my final conclusion. Sometimes I make a decision or a conclusion, and then I give it, another 5 minutes, and I think about a few other things, and I wish I would have brought those things into, account first. So I just want to work on those things. I'm sure that there are different books or different podcasts or things like that I can educate myself on and have a different perspective. I just haven't really honestly spent the time on that yet. So that's something I want to work on in the new year as well. I would also like to own fewer things. Our house is not overly cluttered or hoarder status, but we definitely have more than enough, more than either my partner and I need. And so I want to work on decluttering and also just bringing less into our home, less clothes, less beauty products, less, less everything. It just seems like sometimes I'm overwhelmed with the cleaning that I'm constantly having to put things away, or I'm struggling to find a home for certain things, so they just always float around. And I know that having fewer things makes it a lot easier to manage. I also have learned as I've gotten older that I really like the look of clean surfaces without a lot of clutter on it, just like very kind of minimal on surfaces like the countertops, like my desk that I work at, like the side tables, like all that kind of stuff. I just prefer them to be pretty blank. It makes me a little bit stressed out when there's a lot of, things accumulating. So that's something I want to work on. And I think that actively just reminding myself why I want to have fewer things and that it does make me calmer. It makes my home feel more peaceful and cleaner are all great reasons. Okay, number 6 is to read 4 books, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but I am not a reader. I have always struggled with reading. It's never been something that I've immediately been like good at or wanting to do. I did read a full book cover to cover this fall, and I did enjoy it. I set the goal to read 10 pages a day, which made it like very easy for me to get through the book and still enjoy it, but not like overdo it. So I would like to try to read 4 books in the upcoming year. That's about 1 a quarter. But similar with the workouts, I'm not going to hold myself to 1 a quarter. If in the summer I'm on a reading kick and I want to read like 3 books, then great. And I would like one of the books to be a personal finance related book. So that's kind of the only stipulation. The other 3 can be, whatever genre I like. But I did enjoy doing the 10 pages a day type thing. So I think I might try to do maybe like 10 pages a day, Monday through Thursday or something, just kind of regular, but not like super strict of every single day. But that was like very manageable for me to get through a book just with a few pages every day. My 7th goal for 2022 is to monitor my alcohol intake. I don't think I have a drinking problem by any means, but it's just something that I want to be more mindful of, especially on the work nights. So like, Sunday through Thursday, I don't mind having 1 or 2, but I really don't want to have more than 2 drinks on a work night. I certainly don't drink every night. But Sunday, even though it's still the weekend, I always feel better starting my Monday off clear-headed when I know I got a good night's sleep and I'm not like hungover or groggy in the morning. So I do want to kind of focus most of that attention on the Sundays. I think like Monday through Thursday, it's not really a problem for me. I typically don't like have more than 1, maybe 2 drinks, once a week on a weeknight if we're out or like just watching a movie or something like that. It's really the Sundays that I want to spend a little bit more time focusing on, just so that I am able to succeed in my career and start each week feeling great every morning. Okay, number 8 is kind of, I don't know if like a goal is the right word, but I would love to be engaged at the end of 2022. This is something that my boyfriend and I are seriously talking about. It's not just like a pipe dream type thing. We've been seriously talking about it and how we, would want plans to go. And we've talked about rings and things like that. So I really hope that happens in the next year. Just the engagement. I'm not expecting to be married at the end of next year or anything like that. But, and also just to keep having like very meaningful conversations with my boyfriend about this type of thing. It's a very big life event, but I've never felt so secure and it just feels like I'm home when I'm with him. Like this is the relationship I'm supposed to be in, and everything kind of feels like it's kind of fitting, the pieces are just right. So I'm hoping that happens. Of course, if that doesn't happen at the end of the next year, it's not like I failed my goal, but it is something that's kind of out there. I'm gonna manifest it maybe. Number 9 is to put more time into journaling. Kind of like reading, journaling is something I have struggled with. And it's not that I'm trying to force myself to journal, but I've recently become aware that there are multiple types of journaling, that just sitting down with an empty notebook and writing isn't the only way to journal. And that's something that I want to explore more in the new year. So something that I did purchase for myself as a birthday gift, I guess, is a daily digital journal. So I have it on my phone and I can just type kind of my thoughts there. I can write them down on paper, but it's not such like a formal book process. And the other thing that I like about this digital download that I got is that there's a prompt for every day, and each month has a theme, and I'm really looking forward to it. I have kind of read through some of them and journaled on a couple of them so far, and it's been really great and eye-opening, and some of the questions in there are very interesting. Like one of the questions from last week was, are you afraid of feedback, or are you afraid of criticism? And like, that's a question I've never thought about before. So I think that this journal will be really eye opening and great. And it's something that I want to try to get more in the habit of. And so I also want to experiment when throughout the day do I enjoy journaling the most? Is it right when I get up? Is it before I go to bed? Is it midday? Like, I don't really know, but I definitely just want to kind of explore the world of journaling more because my understanding of journaling, like I said, in the last couple months has really expanded, and I'm realizing that there's a lot more out there than what I initially thought. All right, number 10 and the last goal that I'm going to share today is to make more time for friends. So I moved up to the lake at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm living here full time, whereas a lot of my friends are still kind of where I lived before, and it makes those relationships a little bit harder because I'm not around as much. But because of technology, there are so many ways that I can keep in touch. I want to try to FaceTime my friends more, of course, visit in person. There's nothing like that. So making sure that when I do go back to the cities, I am, having time set aside for friends and seeing multiple friends and like really making the most of that time. And that's kind of the focus of it. So those are my 10 personal goals for 2022. I would love to hear from you down below if you have any goals. If you have a word of the year, I know that there's a lot of approaches to kind of the new year and goal setting and resolutions. I think that the goals that I've set for myself are definitely achievable. Some of them do push me a little bit more than others, but I don't always want to set goals that make me feel like I can never achieve them. I know that there's merit in like stretch goals, but sometimes stretch goals are worse for my mental health, honestly, whereas like working out 3 days a week throughout the entire year, that's something I really want to celebrate. Like the consistency of it is worth a lot more to me than if I were to do like 200 workouts and never miss a Monday and like was very strict. To me, that's just not how my brain works. That's not how the reward centers in my brain work. And I can't wait to see how the new year unfolds. So that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.